My perception of masculinity has changed after coming to an international school.
So, my perception about masculinity has changed ever since I'm here because back home there's a toxic environment in which how there's this like established stereotypes about how every single male should behave, and because of that I decided that ever since I've been learning not only from what is established as the authoritarian figures such as for example males and the teachers, but I decided to learn from how we can adapt ourselves, and things such as crying, embracing ourselves, and approving our emotions is really important. So that's what I think it has changed a lot ever since I'm here, because I wasn't used to things like this before.
I have been told to man up when I've shown vulnerability.
A lot of time in my life, I've been told to man up when I showed vulnerability or I showed things that men, as perceived in society, are not supposed to show, and it's kind of like destroyed some parts of my identity because I didn't want to be different. But then I understood that these weaknesses, as society perceived me, are my strength.
The phrase men are trash is a personal attack to all men and not patriarchy.
I think the phrase all men are trash is quite a generalization. I think there's other verbal ways to combat the patriarchy. You can say, I hate the patriarchy, and that's fine. But if you say men are trash, I don't see how that reflects on the patriarchy, but it's more an attack on even being a man.
As someone who dates men are trash. But I see it not as a personal attack, especially when it's not something political, and I don't think through this type of phrases masculine bodies will be oppressed, but rather it's just a form of expression against the patriarchy, not just a single man. I don't feel personally affected nor oppressed by such a statement.
I feared being called gay when I showed affection to my male friends.
I always liked cuddling, but I never did that with my friends. Although sometimes I would like to, but as in the community where I grew up, called being gay would have been called being excluded. Also, I wouldn't wanted to. Personally, didn't want to be called gay, just out of my preferences, because I kind of thought it the same way, and that's why I didn't have interactions with male friends.
It is normal for nice guys to expect better treatment from women.
I definitely think that if you consider yourself a nice guy, then there's something very wrong with you, because all people are not nice. There are some people that know their defects, and you have to know that for yourself. You cannot expect privileged treatment because you support certain causes. You can expect some kind of treatment if you are a type of person and if you're good to other people. That I can agree, but I cannot agree that because you support this and that, girls will like you more.
I don't feel comfortable crying in front of other people.
Okay, so first of all, I think that crying is just expressing the emotion, and we all laugh, we're all being sad in front of other people. And of course, it's amazing when you can experience this emotion with really close ones. But sometimes it happens that you cannot have these close people around you, but it should not prevent you from expressing your emotions, expressing the way you are. So I would say no, I feel comfortable with crying in front of other people.
Hi, my name's Sefton. I don't feel comfortable crying around people because in the past I've been made fun of for crying. Like in year 7, I burst into tears. I don't remember what it was about, but then I was laughed out of the classroom, so that was a fun time. So I come from a place where I didn't feel comfortable crying in front of people, and the only person I would cry in front of would be my mum. So, gang gang.
Competitive sports can encourage an atmosphere of aggression.
Men are logical and women are emotional.
I come from Italy, and that's a country where many people come unite every Sunday outside a soccer stadium and beat each other up because they cheer for different teams. I don't know if that can be called logical from the man's part, and I will never be able to believe it, and as long as those things continue happening around the world.
Unfortunately, I think this is the case. I don't agree that this should be like this, but for me and for many of my friends, male friends, they're raised like this, and for my female friends, they're raised like this, to be either logical or emotional. So in our society, we are either logical or emotional. There's always exceptions, but I think generalizing, I think that's very much it, because we're raised like this. And it's for you to think, okay, I want to continue like this, or I can change.
A real man is supposed to be the provider in his family.
I mean, that's the way I grew up and got taught to be. I think a man, let's say, does more physical jobs. What I've seen, most of families, the man provides, how's it called? The man is more at work. And I think it's not bad of a system at all. Providing is not bad for male or female. I don't think it's only for males, but I think it's not at all a bad thing that males are providing on a majority, like majority of males are providing.
Who provides for the family shouldn't depend on gender, but like who earns more or who has to work less to provide for the family. Whether that's man or woman doesn't matter, shouldn't matter. Though I think in like today's society, since our society is unfortunately built like that, it is usually the case that men provide since they earn more. Therefore, I would not totally disagree with the statement, but I would wish to be able to disagree with the statement.